Alright, so I just wanted to show off my homemade snow plow here. A few weeks ago I decided that I wanted a snow plow, but when I went shopping, I found that snow plow for my four-wheeler is anywhere from $500 to $700, and I just really didn't want to spend that much money. I was hoping about $250, $300. Of course, you can get one for about $300, but it's really, really cheap, and according to reviews, you'll shovel snow one time and it's done. So I just didn't want to waste money on something like that. But anyway, I live in southwestern part of Virginia, and we don't get a ton of snow here, but we do get a little bit of snow. And it's just, I just thought when we do get snow, I've got a big circle driveway, and I thought it'd be nice to just have a plow to be able to clear that off. And but anyway, so I love building stuff, and I really love a good challenge, and I've never built a snow plow before, but I just decided that instead of spending that kind of money on a snow plow, I just decided that I wanted to build my own snow plow. And anyway, first thing I did is I went on YouTube and I looked at tons and tons of videos where other people had made their own homemade snow plow, and got a lot of good ideas from YouTube. But what I did basically was I took the best ideas from every video that I saw and rolled them all up into one. And anyway, here's what I came up with. Everything you see here, I had to hand fabricate myself. And all the materials that you see came straight from my local Lowe's store. Bought everything at Lowe's. I didn't have to special order anything. Lowe's had every bit of this in stock. The plow blade itself, this is basically just a 1/4-inch sheet of sheet metal that they had in stock. It's 4 foot by 28, I think. And I didn't have to cut it at all. That's how it came. Of course, it was flat. If you can see down here on the bottom, I put the cutting blade. And I mean, I designed this just really according to any other plow blade. And I put a reinforcement edge across the top, and it basically just holds the edges of it straight. On the back side, if you can see, this is 1/2-inch square steel tubing, and yes, I don't have a way to roll metal tubing, so I beat that out with a sledgehammer, guys. Took me about 10 or 15 minutes per bracket, and as you can see, there's 4 of them, and of course I had to make all 4 of them match. They all had to be the same, so yep, I beat those out by hand. Then I put 2 steel right angle pieces. They also came 48 inches, so I did not have to cut those. I had to drill some holes. You see the brackets, how I attached my push tube or my push bar to the bottom, and then I attached the top bracket with these 2 braces, and I went with this particular piece for my braces because of the pre-drilled holes. The bolt down here in the bottom, if I want to tilt the plow back some, I just unbolt this bolt, pull it down to one of these other holes, and that will actually bring the angle of the plow blade back some, which is pretty awesome. And the top part here, which you can see, I just cut out the last 1.5 inches or so of one side, and then I bent the top, bolted that together, and I'm telling you, man, that is sturdy, sturdy, sturdy. For my push tube itself, I used 1-inch square steel tubing. As you can see here, I used 2 pieces of the 1/2-inch steel tubing here and here to just go across, basically just as cross braces. But then I also added these 2 1/4-inch steel plates, and basically that's just to keep it from shifting from side to side, and it holds it rock steady. I mean, it's not going anywhere. On this front tube, as you can see, I put this eye hook on there so that I can attach my winch. that's how I lift it up and down, which is awesome. I'll show you that in just a second. And now the cool part, here's how I mounted it to my four-wheeler. If you can see these brackets right here, basically these two brackets, I was at Lowe's just trying to figure out the best way to attach this to my frame, and I found this heavy-duty industrial steel door hinge. So cool. I just basically cut the two plates out, just cut the pin and the hinge part out, took the two plates. All I had to do, this hole in the hinge was already pre-existing. I used a bolt that's already factory on my four-wheeler, just connects this brace to the frame to hold the bracket on there. And then I drilled these two holes back here, and I put this U-bolt in there to hold it in the back. And then the hole down here in the bottom, which was already there, I just had to drill it out to fit this 1/2-inch pin. And as you can see, just slide the pins in place and attach them with those clips. And then that way I can take the plow back off very easily. Whenever I'm done with it, I can just pull the pins out, slide the plow out, and it's good to go. And by the way, these brackets, I don't know, maybe you're thinking, okay, really, door hinges? That's never going to work. Trust me, man, those things are in there. I mean, that is solid. As a matter of fact, they have a little bit of a bend to them. The way I created that bend was after I bolted it in, man. I took my sledgehammer and hit it from the bottom. And I'm telling you, man, that was actually quite a job because they didn't give. So they're in there, man. Those things are holding this plow bait. I don't think I'll have any trouble at all pushing snow with this thing. Now, I don't think I would ever use it to push gravel or move dirt or anything like that, but that's not really what I made it for anyway. It was just to push snow off my driveway. I don't think I'll have any problem at all pushing snow off my driveway. And like I said, man, this thing, it is solid, rock solid. Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. So let me show you how it operates. And like I said, just using my winch. Raise her up. You can see. See how well that works, how much clearance I've got. And you can see my push bar mechanism and everything there in place. Looking good, looking good. And then I just let her back down. And we're good to go. So there it is, man. My homemade do-it-yourself snow plow. And by the way, I've got just under 140 bucks in materials, and I've spent just a little less than 9 hours. That's painting and everything, building this thing. And man, it's turned out spectacular. And when I say that I built every bit of this by hand, I'm not kidding, man. I used that saw you see there with a steel cutting disc, and I used that bench grinder right there, and that little vise, and those few little tools you see right there, man. And that's it. I built this entire thing by hand myself, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm impressed with my own work. So anyway, let me know what you think about it. Appreciate you watching.